Welcome back to Venture Vibes. Today, we're diving into a question that's becoming more and more relevant in 2025. Is the United States slowly losing Malaysia to China? It's not just about politics, it's about economics, strategy, influence, and how Malaysia is carefully navigating between two global giants. In recent years, Malaysia has increasingly strengthened its relationship with China. In 2024, trade between the two countries reached over $212 billion, making China Malaysia's largest trading partner for the 16th consecutive year. This isn't just trade in electronics or palm oil, it includes massive infrastructure projects, high-speed rail lines, and even deepening military dialogues. And in 2025, that relationship has only grown more visible. In April this year, Chinese President Xi Jinping made a significant visit to Kuala Lumpur. The two countries signed over 30 agreements, ranging from industrial development and digital infrastructure to education and cultural exchange. The tone of the visit made one thing clear: China sees Malaysia as a long-term strategic partner, not just a trading post. Even more telling, both leaders reaffirmed support for each other's sovereignty and committed to peaceful negotiations over the South China Sea, a major flashpoint between China and many Southeast Asian countries, including Malaysia. Around the same time, the U.S. took a different turn. Under the Trump administration's return in 2025, Washington implemented a new wave of tariffs on countries perceived to be too dependent on Chinese supply chains, even if they weren't directly aligned with Beijing. That included Malaysia. Although ASEAN countries were initially spared from the harshest penalties, Malaysia still found itself facing a 10% baseline tariff on many of its exports to the U.S. This move shocked Malaysian officials, especially as they had been trying to maintain neutrality in the U.S.-China trade war. Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim has been very vocal about Malaysia's need to remain non-aligned. In his recent press conferences, he reiterated that Malaysia is not choosing sides but simply doing what is best for its economy and national development. Still, actions speak louder than words. When China offers long-term investment with fewer conditions and political lectures, it becomes easier for countries like Malaysia to lean toward Beijing. Just a few weeks after Xi's visit, China's Premier Li Qiang attended the ASEAN GCC summit in Kuala Lumpur. During that summit, China proposed a massive China-backed port and industrial zone on Malaysia's northeast coast, directly linking to China's Belt and Road Initiative. These are the kinds of projects that go far beyond temporary trade deals, they reshape a country's economic future. Meanwhile, the United States seems to be stuck in a reactive mode. After the tariff announcements, Malaysia sent a diplomatic delegation to Washington to urge restraint and request exemptions. Trade Minister Tengku Zafrul Abdulaziz made clear that punishing Malaysia for its trade with China could jeopardize not only U.S. Malaysia ties, but America's overall influence in Southeast Asia. But so far, Washington has offered little in return: no major infrastructure investments, no long-term trade frameworks, just pressure and unpredictable policy changes. At the same time, Malaysia is not giving China a free pass. In the South China Sea, Chinese vessels have continued to enter waters claimed by Malaysia. But instead of military responses, Malaysia has focused on quiet diplomacy, continuing joint patrols and dialogue with Beijing. This shows a strategy of caution: engage, but don't escalate. Another sign of Malaysia's subtle shift can be found in its recent visa policies. As of late 2023, Malaysia began offering visa-free entry for Chinese citizens, making travel and business even easier. By contrast, visa policies for Americans remain standard and unchanged. Now let's talk about influence beyond trade. In 2025, we're seeing China's presence in Malaysia growing in education and media. Mandarin language programs are expanding in Malaysian schools. Chinese tech companies are partnering with local startups. Cultural exchanges are becoming common. These may seem small, but they build long-term influence, what many experts call soft power. So what is the United States doing to balance this? While the U.S. and Malaysia still cooperate in military training exercises like CARAT and humanitarian missions, these are mostly low-profile. The U.S. has yet to offer Malaysia any kind of strategic economic package to compete with China's investments. Former Prime Minister Mahathir Mohamad, who's still an outspoken critic at 99 years old, said recently that both the US and China are using Malaysia as a pawn, but that at least China is putting money on the table. In the end, Malaysia isn't looking for a new master, it's looking for partners that respect its sovereignty, support its growth, and don't treat it like a pawn in a bigger fight. Whether that partner is the US or China, or a mix of both, depends on who understands that best. So, what do you think? Is Malaysia truly shifting toward China, or is it just being smart in an uncertain world? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications if you want more deep dives like this. Thanks for watching Venture Vibes, and I'll see you in the next video. Disclaimer. This video is created solely for informational and entertainment purposes. The views expressed are personal and do not represent any organization or group. Some content is based on general trends and may not reflect every individual's experience. We aim to be respectful and objective, with no intention to offend or misrepresent anyone. Viewers are encouraged to do their own research for the most accurate and up-to-date information. Please watch with an open mind and mutual respect for all perspectives.